Good morning. So we have got some stuff to talk about. First of all, it is Monday, 6 o'clock in the morning as usual, and we got first day of chest, back, and shoulders. Back to the steak and potatoes part of the week. Now, that is the good news. And this isn't exactly bad news, but this is just something that kind of sucks that I didn't think about. So, last time that we had filmed, I believe I said I was 209. I think, 209. Now, woke up this morning, here, and check this out. This morning, from Thursday to today, I am 214. What? Yeah, 214, and with a little bit of change. Now, the reason I'm saying that's kind of meh, it does suck, but here's the thing. I'll go through kind of what happened and then explain what's going on and then explain why it's not that bad of a thing. So, Thursday and Friday, I lifted. Friday, I filmed lifting, but the film got corrupted, so I couldn't post it. But it was a quick day anyways. You guys didn't really miss much. So, here's what happened. Thursday, I started taking creatine again. And for the past 5 weeks, I haven't been taking creatine. And in all honesty, it's just because I've been putting money elsewhere and just haven't been able to buy it. And I just recently bought it again. So, here's the thing. When you start taking creatine, I'm not creatine loading. I'm just doing 5 grams at a time. I just start off with 5 grams, let my body smooth out, and then it just kind of, it just does its thing. But here's the thing with creatine. Creatine pushes water into your muscles. And what will happen is when you retain water, you go up in weight. So you guys gotta remember, I did not gain 5 pounds of fat in over a week. And a lot of it, almost all of it, is probably water. And then to add on the top of that, so we have creatine added in over the weekend. And then during those weekends, I was absolutely worn out, and I had 2 rest days. Right? In those rest days, when I mean resting, I mean I barely moved. Like I think my step counter, like each day I averaged 1,000 steps, so I'm not moving at all. And then to just add in one more thing, I did have a refeed day. So my average calories I have a day is anywhere from 2,100 to 2,200 calories a day. Saturday I had 2,800 calories for a refeed because I was just so worn out. I had a little bit of extra food, let my body recover, and that extra food wasn't bad food. It was just extra food added into my normal meals. That's gonna kind of cause your body to spike. So for a temporary amount of time, while this creatine's settling back into my body, and then as we flush out water, we will get back down to back down to 208, to hopefully 207. That's the goal. I'd like to get down to 207. But the thing is with creatine is when you start it, that first week you just start kind of adding weight on. But here's the benefits of it. When I start taking creatine, moving water into the muscles, is going to allow for those muscles to recover even better, and my performance is going to go up. So I'm going to be able to move a little bit more weight, and so it's the actual amount of energy expenditure that you're going to end up using is going to be more than you would averagely use, which in theory would allow me to burn more calories. So either way, this is just a temporary spike in weight. It's normal, and I expected this to happen. It's just, I'm lying. I said earlier I didn't expect. I didn't expect it to go up like bam like that. I mean, it spiked really quick. So like Thursday I was 209. Started taking creatine. Friday, 210. Okay, no biggie. Saturday, 212, and then Sunday, 213, and then today, 214. So it's gone up and up and up. And all I did was rest and have, 600 extra calories. What the fuck? But it's fine. I know my body will eventually release that water that it's holding on to at the moment. And we will get back into the groove of things. I mean, we already are in the groove of things. It's just my body's reacting to the creatine, and I had, I didn't really use a lot of energy, so my body's kind of holding on to a lot of water that was taken on over the weekend. So, but with that said, we're gonna get chest, back, and shoulders done today. Today is going to be a lot of compound movements, and man, I'm finally happy the weekend is over. I know that sounds odd, but I'm ready to get into the gym. I feel a lot better. I'm very recovered. I'm getting fucking pre-workout burps, man. But I'm just happy to be back, to be getting back into the gym and doing probably my favorite day of the week. Not Mondays. I fucking hate Mondays. But I also love Mondays because it's, this particular chest, back, and shoulders is just so enjoyable to do. And especially when I'm recovered this much, like I am like 100% recovered. I feel absolutely amazing. So, with that said, we are going to get to it, and I will see you guys in just a moment. Okay, so here we go. We are starting off with incline dumbbell. Believe it or not, we actually went up in weight, a little bit less reps, but I was, like I said in the car talk, I was just feeling really recovered, and I felt that bumping it up to 80s and maybe getting a little bit less reps was probably the way to go, and it very much was. It really helped kicked off the lift pretty well. And the only thing that I'd say about this is watching it looks not too bad, but actually during the exercise I felt that it was lacking as much of as a connection to the muscle, and it was more of just moving weight. But I gotta say I'm kind of happy I did bump it up, just because the after effect of I definitely felt it. So I think it was a smart move. And honestly, I think next week we're gonna try the same thing, is keeping it with 80s, probably the first 2 sets, maybe do 6 to 8 reps, and then do what I did in this lift and drop it down for the next 2 sets. But I think my only focus on this one was to control the negative, because with this much weight, you do not want to just let that weight drop down. You're asking for injury. And then I had to really, really press my feet into the ground. I cannot preface that enough with chest, especially on dumbbell movements. Definitely pressing your feet into the ground allows for a lot more control and a lot more connection to the chest, believe it or not. And then for the third set, like I said, we dropped the weight down to 60s, went for a little bit higher reps, a little bit more control. And with some of these I did full range of motion, and then some of these I actually did 3/4 reps. I kind of just threw 3/4 reps in between every once in a while, just to kind of change things up a little bit. And another thing that I think I'm going to record this from a different angle next time so you guys can see. My hands are not at like a complete like straight across position. They're actually at a slight angle, which kind of follows the way the actual muscle tissue connects to your chest, to your shoulder. And that allows for a lot smoother movement instead of having it across. And I feel like having your hands straight across, like aligned with your body, straight across, I feel that it puts a little bit more tension on your shoulders than it should. And also, it doesn't really show from this angle how my elbows kind of come down and then back, like up. From this angle, you kind of just see them going down and straight back up. But anyways, I'll show that in the next video. We'll change up the angles. But for the second lift, we just did a flat machine press. And once again, we went up in weight. Last week, we did a 45 and a 25. And this week, we're doing a 45 and a 35 on each side.
And I gotta say, even at this weight, I felt that I was controlling it very, very well. And I think that we're gonna bump it up again next week. So we're just trying to go up as much as we can while we're dropping weight. It is very difficult to put on strength while we're trying to drop weight, but like I did say, I did put on a little bit of extra weight. I had a little bit of extra food, had a little bit of extra recovery, had just a little bit of extra everything. So it kind of gave me some extra oomph for this lift, and I really tried to take advantage of it. And once again, on this machine, be careful, but I do feel that having your hands a little bit more inward, even though it takes away from the stretch, it allows for a much better contraction. And that's what I was pretty much going for on this one, was just trying to, squeeze the living hell out of my chest as much as I could. And this is also, once again, helping with working on that midline. The closer your hands are, the more you're going to start focusing the actual middle section of your chest. And that's obviously a very, predominant line that you want to develop in your chest. But I got to say, it was pretty damn good lift this morning, man. I had a very interesting time. And for the most part, though, I think later on the lift, I started getting a little bit nauseous. I think I was wearing myself out a little bit too much. But on this set, we ended up dropping the weight down a little bit and just kind of finished up. I think this was a drop set. I can't remember. But either way, we ended up dropping down the weight and just kind of repping it out, mixing in some 3/4 reps and some partial reps just to get as much of a burn as we can, because this is kind of the last compound movement. We only did 2 movements for back and 2 movements for chest, but we executed them, in my opinion, absolutely perfectly. And that's my chest. I mean, at that point, my chest was killing me, man, which is good. I enjoyed it. Now, this is, once again, one of my favorite exercises to do, but it's also one of my favorites for back, which is bent over barbell row. We did go up in weight on this one. And I think I do need to critique myself a little bit. I think I could hinge my hips a little bit more to bring that bar down a little bit lower. And I think just due to the fact that we went up in weight, I think I just wasn't focusing on the hinge as much, and I need to make sure that I am hinging those. And if you do perform these lifts, obviously I'm dramatizing this, but you definitely want to go for more of a 90-degree angle hinge with your hips. You just don't want the load to be too much on your lower back. So, but we are focusing as much as we can on mid back when we're pulling. But it will also, I'm gonna be honest, bent over rows just works almost the entire back. I'm gonna be honest with you, from traps all the way down to lower back, you name it. It works the hell out of it if you do it right. So, and yeah, we had this is the most weight I've pulled with this in a good while, and I was just feeling really good this morning. The reps felt good, so I think I did 2 reps with this. Do I know the number? No, because it doesn't really matter. So we dropped it back down for the last set just to have a little bit more control, get a little bit more reps out of it, focus on the stretch a little bit more. And see, you can notice on this, when I lighten up the weight, I have a lot more of a hinge, and that's probably the angle that I should have had when I was doing the higher weight. But that's going to finish it up for bent over rows. And of course, we throw in some lat pull downs, as we do every day for back. It's just, man, I'm telling you, if you do these right, they are a massive grower for your back. I love these to death. And there's so many ways you can manipulate this movement. But in my opinion, I feel like we slowed down the negatives a little bit more, which is good. We did not go up in weight in this. This is more of a stretch movement and a contraction movement. So we are, there's no need to go up an insane amount. I feel like the weight that we were at, we're just fine. But and in all honesty, weight isn't even the main focus point. It's all about what you feel. If you feel everything in your back or your chest or your triceps, doesn't matter. It could be 10 pounds. But if you feel it more of 10 pounds and you do 100 pounds, why do 100 if you're feeling it more? So, I think on the second set, we kind of got into a little bit more of a partial rep set, just trying to rep it out, because my back was getting pretty fried. But yeah, this movement, man, I cannot preface enough. This is a very, very good movement, and there's so many ways to manipulate this movement. But I believe we do 3 sets of this, and my main focus on this is actually even though my fingers are on the bar, I am not squeezing with all 4 fingers. For one, I have my thumb over the top of the bar, so the bottom, to engage the lats more, and I'm also loosening up my index finger, which will allow those other 3 fingers. It focuses more on the actual contraction with the with your lats and your mid back. Now, that's going to finish it up for lats, and we're going to finish up with this shoulder press machine. I think I said last week I was not a big fan of this machine, but I figured out a way to kind of move it around and manipulate it to where it's actually focused more on my shoulders and not fucking up my elbows and my wrists so much. But I think we're going to get into a little part where I'm going to actually talk in the video about how worn out I am. I'm going to let myself kind of take over for a second. Okay, so the audio didn't really pick up in this, but I'm going to talk about it in just a second. Feel free to skip past this part. There is no audio. Sorry. So just skip forward just about 10 seconds from now and you're good to go. And we are back. But yeah, I don't know if you heard any of it, but I was talking to the camera saying, man, I swear I'm about to throw up. Like, I was really wearing my ass out, and it just, I had nothing in my system that I could still feel like I was going to throw up. I just wasn't feeling, I was feeling great, but I was just getting really, really tired and really exhausted. But most time, by the time I get the shoulders anyway, I'm pretty damn fatigued. That's why I do such a smaller muscle group at the end of the lift, because it doesn't take much to really wear those out. But, if you do this correctly, you don't, as long as you're focused on squeezing your shoulders on the way up and the stretch on your shoulders on the way down, you can't really get it wrong. The only thing I would say is keep your back pressed against that machine, because if you put too much stress on your mid back, because you're taking on a lot of load, it can really mess it up. But I think we're going to end up moving into the posing room, and we're going to talk a little bit in there. See y'all. Okay. Whew, what a fucking lift. That was a good goddamn lift. Now, we'll talk about kind of the same thing we talked about in the car talk. So, sorry for I'm gonna move you a little closer. There we go. But a little bit to talk about is so we're a little bit up in weight right now. We're sitting at about I'd say, like I said this morning, 214. Sorry, I'm still catching my breath. But we are sitting at 214, which is okay. It's just water that's been slowly being collected into the muscles from taking creatine. And that is perfectly fine. On top of 2 rest days of absolutely like almost no moving besides just running normal errands, and that's really it. And then having a refeed day, which I had like, 500 or 600 calories extra. So I was in a slight surplus for that day. But the thing is, a refeed day is if you're in a deficit all week and then you eat over one day, if you do it properly, it evens itself out. So by the next day or two, my body will catch back up. But what I'm expecting for this week is, like you just saw in the video, we're going, even though we're on a cut, I'm actually gaining strength right now, which is really, really nice. So, and granted, it could just be one of those days where you're having a strong day, in all honesty. We've had our weekdays, we've seen videos like that, but maybe that was just, today may have just been, body's feeling good, I'm fully recovered. I couldn't feel any better. So, who knows? It could just be a strong day, or we're gaining strength, which is, it's a bit odd for a cut, I must admit, but I'm not complaining. I'll take it. Fuck it. If I'm moving weight, I'm moving weight, and I feel pretty damn good. That was a good lift, and yeah, compared to last week, man, by the end of the week, I was beat up. Like I was worn out. So, but it was a mixture between work, and lifting, and there was a lot of stuff going on last week. So, with that said, we're gonna do some posing, and I don't know, maybe we'll find something to talk about, or we'll just cut it off there. So, find a place to hang my fucking hat. There we go. Let's see what we got. Now, one thing I will say, This morning, I was extremely bloated. I mean, really, I still feel bloated. But once again, same answer. It's just creatine, adding on water. I've made a video about supplements. I'm not trying to direct you to go and watch it, but just a little side note about creatine. If you are losing weight, I wouldn't advise going on it. I just went on it because I normally take it. I take it nonstop. It's just I was a little bit broke and I couldn't really afford to get any recently. So I've been putting money elsewhere. So but I was finally able to get my hands back on some, and it's not like creatine's expensive. It's just I do like premium supplements. I really do. The creatine that I'm taking is actually a Rise product. I do like Rise products. I am not sponsored by them. I'm not looking to be sponsored. It would be cool though, but I'm not looking for it. I'm just saying that's what I use a lot. Like my pre-workout is Rise, creatine is Rise, BCAAs is Rise, which by the way, you don't have to take BCAAs. I just do it because I'm OCD about my hydration and watch it. So don't worry about BCAAs. They, in theory, they really are a waste of money. I'm not gonna lie to you. They kind of are. Literally, if you want BCAAs, take water, pour pink Himalayan salt in it, boom, BCAAs. That's all it is. That's the other shit they're saying that's in there is bullshit. So I gotta say, I am looking in the mirror. Even though I'm kind of bloated, I'm quite happy with what I'm looking at here. I'm okay with it. Yeah. All right, so want to do the most muscular? Yeah. I got a gnarly fucking chest pump going on right now. It feels good. All right, let me make sure. Let's get on there. Somewhat of a light here. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm done moving the camera. I think we're just gonna go from right there. All right. Get my hat out the way so it's not blocking the light. Ugh. I look party? Cool. All right. All right, let's do a little bit of palm together. Man, I hope that's popping up on camera. That's fucking good. All right, double bye. Ooh, you step a little bit. Yeah, right there. Let me do that again. Oh, that's neat. Hang on. Oh yeah. I like that. Ooh, that was a good pop. Ooh, all right, to the side. I don't know what I was going for there. All right, this side. Posing, man, I'm telling you, it'll fucking get you winded. All right, I guess. Yeah, we worked on back. Let's do a lat spread. God damn. Okay, that's officially pretty fucking dope. All right. Try it one more time. All right. here we go. All right, rear double by. Oh, no, we're gonna do how we did that before. Yeah, so. Oh, man, I was saying damn I mean, man, I turned around and saw my fucking back just from the camera. I wasn't even looking in the mirror. That's pretty cool, honestly. But guys, gotta say, this is a good start to week 6. We are a little bit heavier, but I'm not gonna lie, I like what I'm seeing. The only thing that I wish is that this is a little bit less, but it is getting less. It's just every time it gets less, I want even more less. So that's kind of part of it, man. You're constantly chasing the matter. Everybody thinks that that once they get to a certain point in the gym, they're just satisfied. There is no such thing. Once you get to your goal that you set, even before you get to that goal, once you know you're gonna get it, you're already setting new goals. So just keep that in mind, but still, don't let that let you down. Use this motivation, man. And that's what it's for. So, great start to week 6, and guys, we're gonna keep it rolling. We're killing it right now, and I mean, I'm telling you, man, I could not feel any better. This is great. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for quads and triceps. And man, if I'm feeling like this tomorrow, I am very curious how we're gonna be feeling, how legs are gonna be doing. Because if I have a lift like this with legs tomorrow, which that's what I want, well, Wednesday I'm gonna be fucking feeling it for sure. So, but guys, gotta get to work. I am once again running late, and we still got cardio to do. So, I'm out. See you.